What's up, guys? It's Rain City MMA, your boy Bryson with
Joey.
And today we're talking about UFC Fight Night, Imavov versus Borralho, doing a breakdown. We also wanted to say we hit that China parlay on that card. Rongju, Naraji, Sterling. That's 3 out of the last 4 since we've been giving those out. And if you're checking out the shorts on Contender Series, we're clean sweep parlays, 2 for 2, week 2 and 3. And we're 9 for 10 overall on picks on the last 2. So keep following that too to make money on Tuesdays.
All right, to start us off, guys, we got a strawweight matchup between Shauna Bannon and Sam Hughes. Shauna Bannon is a plus 240 dog, and Sam Hughes is a minus 300 favorite. So Sam Hughes, guys, she has nonstop pressure. She's always coming forward. She shoots super smart takedowns to win her rounds, honestly. Shauna Bannon, on the other hand, she has a great kickboxing style, and she's improved her offensive grappling. She throws like good side kicks to the body, but that's a given with a kickboxing style. I think Sam Hughes pulls out a win here with her nonstop pressure and maybe some top control time. What do you think, Bryson?
Yeah, I'm going with the vet Sam Hughes. She also trains at Fortis MMA in Texas. So, I think she's with a good camp. Shauna Bannon, she's kind of like a Connor prospect. He hyped her when she got in. She throws at a low volume, leaves her chin in there. Yeah, her grappling improved. She got that sub against Tomar her last fight. But I like Sam Hughes. She has the better gas tank. She got some pop in her shots. She's going to keep pressuring her. Probably win 2 rounds to 1 in a unanimous decision. So we're going Sam Hughes. Next up, we got a really good welterweight matchup. Andreas Gustafsson versus Renat Fakhretdinov. Fakhretdinov is plus 105 as a dog. Gustafsson at minus 125. Gustafsson, he's good in the clinch. He got that nonstop pressure, wants to get you against the cage. Fakhretdinov, he has decent boxing. I know people will be low on him because the Carlos Leal decision, which he did. He lost that fight. But, it was in Saudi. He's Russian. The guy's Brazilian. They edged it out to him. He's fought good people, though. Him, Nicholas Dalby, a couple other guys. I just think Gustafsson not being too experienced. Fakhretdinov's going to come out and win a decision as an underdog. I'd probably skip this fight, but if you want to throw it on a risky one, I'd bet Fakhretdinov by a decision. Who do you got, Joey?
Honestly, I got Gustafsson. I think, he's only been tested like once in his UFC career, but his fight against Chaos Williams, man, he just walked him down with that pressure, against the cage. I can see him tagging Fakhretdinov. I've had Fakhretdinov on a parlay before, and it was a controversial decision with Leal. Honestly, that win didn't age well either, unfortunately, because we saw what happened to Leal in his last fight. So I'm picking Gustafsson. All right, guys, next up, we got a middleweight bout between Robert Bryshek and Brad Tavares. Robert Bryshek at a plus 200 dog and Brad Tavares as a minus 250 favorite. Bryshek has a 24% striking accuracy. Pretty embarrassing. He does have KO power in his hands, though, and he shows some pretty good technical boxing. On the other hand, Tavares has good takedown defense at 81%, and he also has great technical boxing and a ton of UFC experience. So for that reason, I am taking Brad Tavares on the money line for this pick. What do you think, Bryson?
Yeah, this is probably another fight I'll skip. But I see Tavares winning by decision. He works to the body well, has a good gas tank, has fought plenty of killers. I think Chris Weidman, I'm blanking on the last. The Iron Turtle, Park. He wants to walk you down, pops out a nice jab, has good takedown defense like Joey was saying. Bryshek, he just throws out a low volume. He's dangerous early, but he tends to fade with his cardio mid-round in the second. So I'm going Tavares here, and maybe Tavares late knockout. Next up, we got a welterweight matchup, Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. I'm going Sam Patterson in this fight, the money line. He's also going to be on the parlay for you guys on this card, so he's the first leg. He's coming in at minus 155. Waters is plus 130. Just to remind you guys, we're using BetMGM. Sam Patterson, he has very high level jiu-jitsu, 100% takedown accuracy, lands 1.61 takedowns per 15 minutes. He attempts a lot of subs. He's dangerous early. He has improved offensive boxing. I just really like his IQ, and he's dangerous. He showed his hands improved with that knockout against Danny Barlow. Then he finished Kiefer Crosby. That's kind of whatever. We know how bad that guy is. Did get knocked out by the schmooze. You know, he brings up his chin a little here and there. Waters, he's super lengthy. This is these guys are 6'5", 6'3", going at it. This is going to be a fun fight. Waters tends to point fight, though, and I think Patterson's going to make him uncomfortable and finish him probably second, third round. So we're going Patterson money line, though, but also look for the sub. Who do you got, Joey?
I also have Patterson in this one. Even though, Waters throws 6.4 significant strikes per 15 minutes and he has good takedown defense at 85%, I do think it will be exploited by Patterson when he gets that gas tank in the second round. I think he's going to push him up against the cage, have what he wants with him. He's also Patterson on his side. He's improved his offensive boxing. So, that's what everybody was kind of like, hesitant about Patterson. I can't wait to see it, man. This Paris card is going to be crazy. I got Patterson on the money line, but I wouldn't do any props on this one just because it might be a little risky. If I had to pick, maybe Sam Patterson sub or Sam Patterson KO in like third round. All three of those would be a good pick for me on a long shot. All right, guys. Next up, we got a welterweight bout between Reese McKee and Axel Sola, also making his UFC debut. We got Axel Sola as a minus 135 favorite and Reese McKee at a plus 115 dog. Guys, all I got to say is, what do you think about, people making their UFC debut? It's either a boom or bust at this rate, I think, this year especially. Sola drops his hands a lot and has solid offensive wrestling, but Reese McKee, guys, he has great dirty boxing and likes to make it ugly. Give me Reese McKee as the dog in this fight. Who do you got, Bryson?
Yeah, I also like Reese McKee. Axel Sola, when I watched tape on him, I didn't see much. He's always advancing positions on the ground and stuff, but he was a guy who was just kind of more defensive than actually going forward and killing it. He lacks speed and power in the hands. Like I'm saying, his ground game's probably his best part, but he also doesn't get it there too great. He doesn't shoot good takedowns. And I think he fought at 155, so he's actually coming up a weight class as well. McKee's the guy with the longer reach, 6'2" to Sola's 5'11". Reese McKee's fought some good competition in the UFC. He knocked out that guy Frunze, who was a big favorite against him. And then, he fought Angelusa. And then forgetting his other fight. But this guy's a dog. They call him the Irish Zombie because he just survives. He can take punches. And he wants to close the distance, make it ugly. He usually wins round 3, too. Really good cardio. So I see him getting a second round, third round knockout against Sola. And we're going dog money. Next up, we got a heavyweight matchup between Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delia. Delia is a minus 115, and Tybura is minus 105. It's a pick'em. I'm going to go Tybura. He's fought people like Spivak, Tom Aspinall, Denise. He just beat Mick Parkin as well. He's fought some really good guys. Good wrestling, nasty ground and pound with the elbows, holds top control really well. Ante Delia, he trains with Mirko Krokrat, the UFC legend. He's super strong, shoots explosive takedowns, has a really clean feint game. He also knocked out Rinian Ferreira in the PFL, the guy who Ngannou knocked out recently. He's fought good competition, but he looked really slow his last fight. His footwork was a little iffy. I think Tybura, even though he's 39 years old, older by 4 years, he's the guy with more experience, and he's really good. So I'm going to go Tybura here with the pick'em. Who do you got, Joey?
Yeah, man. Honestly, his last couple of fights I picked against Tybura, just thinking, he's older. He's not like that, but he's proven me wrong every time. He throws his teeps to find his range, which is super crazy, especially at the heavyweight division, man. I mean, these guys really just, go out there and kind of almost get stuck in the head hunting game. He's not like that. He finds his range really well, and he shows great cardio. I mean, like Bryson said, he fought Aspinall, some of these great heavyweights that, Aspinall's a champ. So he also has solid takedown defense at 75%, and he's fought elite comp. It's also Delia's UFC debut. He was supposed to fight, Francis Ngannou back in the day, and, whatever happened with his injuries or his camp or whatever made him not be able to do that. But now he's coming in here at 35 years old, and they're throwing him kind of to the dog. So I got Tybura. Look for him on the money line and maybe a KO late. All right, guys. Next up, we got a light heavyweight bout between Omar Sy and Brenson Ribeiro. Omar Sy is a minus 400 favorite, and Brenson Ribeiro is a plus 310 dog. Brenson Ribeiro has very solid BJJ. He has KO power in his hands. Omar Sy, on the other hand, I had a bet on him his last fight on his UFC debut. He has great offensive grappling. He lands 2.2 takedowns in 15 minutes. He is a little bit low volume, which does scare me at times, but he's pretty good at, evading crazy stuff. I'm picking Omar Sy in this one. I just don't see a way for Ribeiro winning. He leaves his chin up a lot of times, and I see Sy capitalizing on a counterpunch. What do you think, Bryson?
Yeah, I think people will be low on Sy after the Minifield performance. He mixes up his kicks well, pops out a decent jab. And like Joey was saying, he has good defensive striking. He actually has 70% on blocking or defensive significant strikes. So he's making his opponents, when they load up, missing 70% of the time. He's super technical. It's just the volume's a problem, but he's a guy who's 6'4" with an 83-inch reach. Brenson Ribeiro, he throws nasty low kicks, does leave the chin up when in the chaos. He wants to pressure out the gate. I mean, this could be a quick one, so I might sub him round 1, round 2. But I'm not mad at you if you play Ribeiro. This is going to be one I'm skipping out on. But I'm going Umar Sy for a pick and probably by submission.
All right, guys, to end off the prelims, we got a featherweight bout between Robert Ruchala and William Gomis. We got Robert Ruchala at a plus 185 dog and William Gomis as a minus 225 favorite. Guys, William Gomis throws nasty kicks to the body. Like, you hear him. It does that little clap back, and you can see the effects of what his body work does. He has unreal speed in his shots, honestly, guys. And I'm going to go to the other side just so you don't think I'm biased. Robert Ruchala struggles on his back foot, and he has bad takedown defense. I got William Gomis in this fight. Who do you have, Bryson?
I got the Jaguar. That's what they call him, William Jaguar Gomis. He's super fast. Has that kickboxing style coming out of that gym. Solid takedown defense, 73%. Smooth footwork on the outside. He likes to stay on the outside. Keep the distance. Keep to the body with the kicks. Low kicks. Mixing it up. Opponents miss 60% of their strikes on Gomis. He's very defensively sound. Super smart. Ruchala, that guy didn't do much for me. I believe this is the one out of KSW. He has a good gas tank, throws good spinning kicks to the body, creates good scrambles, but bad takedown defense like Joey was saying. He's just not a guy who's really boxing you too well. He's usually on the back foot, and I think that's going to help Gomis because the only way Ruchala could win a decision or anything is he's going to have to go forward the whole time, and Gomis doesn't mind being on the back foot. So if he's dictating the pace of this fight, he's going to dominate. Gomis is going to be the second leg on our 3-leg parlay. We got Patterson and we got Gomis now. 2 out of the 3. Stay tuned for the third one. To open up the main card, it's a 6-fight main card. We got a featherweight matchup. Patricio Pitbull versus the UFC newcomer, Losine Kieta. Kieta obviously came out of Octagon, which is a German organization for MMA. The odds, Kieta's minus 200 versus Pitbull plus 165. I like Patricio Pitbull here, guys. He has a high fight IQ, good counter puncher. Yes, he throws at a low volume, but he throws some powerful low kicks. I've seen Kieta struggle with those. He's going to be the one pushing forward. But if Pitbull times his counters well and even mixes up the wrestling, like Kieta has good takedown defense. He keeps a wide stance for that to also balance his power. He's a super athlete with scary power, like I'm saying. I mean, he's fought good competition in that organization. But I think him being at a minus 200 favorite's crazy. I'm going to pass on this fight, but if I'm going to take a stab in the dark, give me Patricio Pitbull at plus 165. Who do you got, Joey?
Yeah, no. Honestly, I got probably start round 3 in this fight. It's a featherweight bout. You know, Pitbull in his last fight, he showed a great gas tank, I think. Shows everything I need to bet on a fighter. He is a low volume striker, and he does have like super crazy footwork, which I think gets him in the right positions. On the other hand, Chiesa leaves his chin up at times, and he pops out a nice jab, but I think that could leave him caught. He pops his chin up, pops out a jab, and I could see a right hand coming around and Pitbull catching him. So I'm going to skip this one, but if I did have to pick, I like the plus money. I'm going to pick Pitbull money line. All right, guys, next up we got a lightweight bout between Fares Ziam and Caio Fernandez. I got Ziam. Caio Fernandez, he throws some nasty low kicks and he manages his range pretty well, but he's never been finished, and his takedown defense is pretty good at 75%. That doesn't mean nothing compared to Ziam, guys. He's improved his offensive wrestling tremendously. He's a smart technical striker, and he has crazy fast kicks, like insane. I got Ziam moneyline in this fight. Who do you got, Bryson?
I got Fares Ziam. He's going to be the last leg on our parlay. So we have Patterson, Gomis, and Ziam. That will be the 3-leg parlay for this week for the French card. Guys, that one's going to be a lock too. We're going to continue hitting these ones constantly. But Fares Ziam, he's fought people of the likes of Terrence McKinney, Mike Davis. He had a tough out against Matt Frivola, but he knocked him out with that knee in the clinch. He's always looking for combos, times his strikes very well, excellent gas tank, high fight IQ. I've seen him training with Hamzat and Sarukian, guys. His wrestling really has improved, like Joey was saying. Caio Fernandez, he fought Muhammad Yahya, knocked him out, beat Kutaladze. Tragedy for Kutaladze. He had a good fight, his first fight against Gamrot, made it close. Then I think he got knocked out actually against Elvis Brenner. He was a guy who was tough, but to have Hamzat and both the Tapourier brothers in your corner and then come out flat like he did. Caio is good, but he has not faced someone like Ziam, and it's in France. I'm going to go Ziam decision, though, maybe 30-27, 29-28. I don't think there will be a finish. Caio's tough, but we're going Ziam here and Ziam by decision. Next up, we got a light heavyweight matchup, Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Joubert Craig. Bukauskas is minus 330 as a favorite, and you got Paul Craig coming at plus 260. Paul Craig, he's fought everybody. He's fought Bellato, he fought Bo Nickel, Kyle Bahario, Brendan Allen, Johnny Walker, Ozdemir. He's fought killers, okay? Paul Craig's fought everybody. Bukauskas, he's on a nice 3-fight winning streak. I think even more. But his last 3 have been pretty good, except, Rafael Sequeira. He's horrible. But he beat Praknio, subbed him, and then he also just beat Kutalaba. Some people say it was controversial. I had Bukauskas by a split decision as well. And he got it. Bukauskas, he's a tricky kickboxing style, shows good offensive grappling. Low volume at times, but he makes the right shots. He times it well. Paul Craig, he has the elite jiu-jitsu. This guy subbed Ankalaev back in the day, 2018. Obviously nowadays, though, his takedown defense is 35%. If Bukauskas wants to wrestle him, and I don't think he's scared of his guard. I know Paul Craig has great jiu-jitsu, but I'm telling you, Bukauskas is fighting on another level. He actually credited Tom Aspinall recently in his interview. He's been training with Tom Aspinall and those guys, and you can tell because he's technically more sound, being a lot smarter. Paul Craig, his chin's starting to fade. I think Bukauskas could finish him late or just win a dominant decision, but Bukauskas is going to continue to be on the up here, guys. Who do you got, Joey?
Yeah, I gotta go Bukauskas in this fight. He throws crazy kicks at all levels. You know, he'll start with the low kicks, incorporate the body kicks, then throw some hands to get you questioning, and then bang, hit you with a head kick. You don't know where it came from. I mean, man, he's crazy. I've watched him fight in person. He's super sneaky with that. He throws at all levels, or he's very technical in his boxing, obviously. You know, his fight against Kuntalabe, I mean, people were like, yeah, his takedown defense isn't that good or whatever. Kuntalabe is kind of a beast. I mean, we've seen that in the past. But he was getting tagged up on the feet, man, before like the clinch work and all that got incorporated. And on the Bukauskas side, you also got, he's improved his wrestling, especially his takedown defense. His takedown defense is at 77%. And Paul Craig, yeah, he has fought killers in the past. His takedown defense is 35%. I think Bukauskas could even exploit that. And his chin is starting to fade at 37 years old, guys. He does pretty good in the scrambles, but it doesn't matter if you get knocked down and keep getting hit. So I got Bukauskas money line in this fight.
All right, guys. Next up, we got a lightweight bout between Balaji Oki and Mason Jones. Balaji Oki at a plus 120 dog, and Mason Jones at a minus 145 favorite. So Balaji Oki, he throws a crazy smooth jab, guys. He always wants to be first, and his athleticism is next level. Mason Jones has solid offensive wrestling and shows to have decent boxing. I got Balaji Oki in this fight. I would pick either decision or maybe a late KO, but moneyline is the safest bet. Who do you got, Bryson?
I can see either side on this one. Mason Jones coming in on that big win streak, then facing Jeremy Stevens in Iowa on that last fight. He does work good in the clinch, good wrestling, has never been finished. Oki, he lands 7.05 significant strikes per minute. Works to the body very well. Great takedown defense at 85%. I like Oki as a dog here. I think the French crowd will get behind him. He's Belgium. You know, they mess with each other. Not saying Mason Jones isn't bad either. You know, he's Welsh. But we're going to go Oki here as the dog, and probably by decision. Next up, we got the co-main event of the evening. We got Mauricio Rufy versus Benoit Saint-Denis. Saint-Denis is plus 170. Rufy's coming in at minus 210. Benoit Saint-Denis fought the better competition. He's fought guys like Dustin Poirier, Moicano. You know, his last fight, he fought a really bad can, but before that, he's fought some other good competition. He has 55% striking accuracy, strives in the chaos, very aggressive style. Rufy, super technical striker, very calm, high fight IQ, mixes up his kicks very well. Rufy's good, and I understand why he's the favorite. I think it's because Saint Denis is kind of on a rough streak against tougher competition. But Rufy hasn't faced anyone either. I mean, he fought Green. Green's been getting banged up. He fought Jamie Malarkey. That guy's trash. And then before that, he fought Lawlin Top, and Lawlin Top hasn't won a fight in the UFC. So I think Saint Denis is going to come in and win as a dog. So I'm going to go Saint Denis by decision. And I'm going with the upset. Who do you got, Joey?
Honestly, BSD and Rufy, I think it's a super great match made by the matchmakers. Rufy has 58% striking accuracy, and he mixes up his kicks super well. Like we saw, unfortunately, we've messed with Bobby, but Bobby Green. That kick was crazy. One of the knockouts of the year this year, man. It's pretty crazy. He has a super clean feint game, but he does keep his hands low. So I could see BSD jabbing him up a couple times, maybe going in for like a takedown. And everybody knows BSD on the ground. He's been on the ground with the best. For that aspect, I don't hate you for picking Rufy, and I understand the Rufy side, but I do see this as a bounce back fight for BSD because his very aggressive style, and I think he could get Rufy out of there and make him feel a little flustered. All right, guys, we're up to the main event of the evening, a middleweight bout between Nasruddin Imavov and Caio Borralho. Caio Borralho at a minus 130 favorite and Nasruddin Imavov at a plus 115 dog. Imavov, guys, has excellent kickboxing style. He does struggle in the clinch a little bit, but he has super fast hands to make up for it. On the Caio side, he makes quick, smart moves and has crazy fight IQ, and he has really good jiu-jitsu, guys. He's one of the top guys at the Fighting Nerds camp, and he trains a lot of these guys, Olajeszek, Prates, we know all those guys. He has great footwork out there, and I don't blame you for picking Caio because he's on a hot streak, but I think Imavov could get the upset. I got Imavov in this. Who do you got, Bryson?
Yeah, I'm going Imavov, the dog, in France. He has a great gas tank. He's fought killers, Sean Strickland, Delice, Adesanya, Allen. He's fighting some really tough guys. Great counter puncher, throws a nasty 1-2, does a ton of damage in the pocket. That's where he works well, is when he's just up close, closing the distance. Caio, he got good snappy low kicks, good offensive wrestling, pops out a clean jab. Caio smart. I think he's the second best fighting nerd behind Jean Silva. I got it, Silva, Caio, Prates, Rufy. And, he's on a good streak, beating Cannonier, Paul Craig, Abu Magomedov, not decent comp, but Imavov's fighting the top tier and cream of the crop. So I think Imavov's going to win this pretty comfortably, and I'm going Imavov by decision. So we're going the dog, Imavov. And by the way, guys, I forgot to tell you, but we're filming this when we heard Ziam is out. So he won't be on our parlay anymore. The parlay is going to be Patterson, Gomis, and now Imavov. That will be the 3-leg parlay we're giving you guys.